And let's begin today's practice. Really simple. From your seated position, walk forward onto your hands and knees into the cat pose. Remember the tuck in of the tail, that anterior posterior hip tilt. That is the most important part of this. Let's begin. Breathing in, dip the back and look up. Breathing out, hunch the back, tuck your tail in, drop your head down. And keep going. Inhale up. Exhale, hunch. Inhale up. Down. Return to neutral. Sit back, hips on heels, keeping your thighs together. Now, what we're doing is an alternation of something like the lion and the rabbit. All right. I'm not calling it the lion because the lion is done with knees apart. We're just keeping the thighs together. And this is what it looks like. Don't do it just yet. You've got your hands on the ground somewhere near your knees. Now, you might like to go further forward. You might like to go further back. That's okay. From here, breathe in. You'll flatten the back and look up. Breathe. Don't do it just yet. Watch. Fold over with an exhale and come on up into a rounded back there. All right. And we'll keep doing that. Inhale up, exhale, round and down. When you go down, when your head is on the ground, remember to keep pushing with your hands so that your neck does not bear the strain. Okay. Let's do that. Hands on the ground, somewhere near your knees. You can always change that later. Breathe in, flat back. Breathe out, fold over, forehead touches the ground, top of the head on the ground, and a round back. Now, breathing in, hips on heels, straight arms, and a flattened back. Exhale down. Hips up. Inhale, chest and shoulders up. 3. Up. Okay. Third and last one of these, quite simple. You're moving from a plank into a down dog. The only thing is when you're doing the plank, I'll ask you to have slightly rounded shoulders. So your hips are not the highest part of you. Your upper back is. Starting in a plank with slightly protracted shoulders, feet a little apart. There we go. That's your rounded shoulders. That's the shape. And on the exhale, down dog. Inhale, rounded shoulders forward. Exhale, push back, dog. Last one, shoulders forward in the plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. And that's it. Relax, knees touch the ground. Sit anywhere you like. Maybe on your knees, maybe cross legs, whatever works for you. Make it comfortable. Before we do the surya-namaskars, we're doing a few lying down postures. You'll need your belt for this. Keep your belts close by. But for the first one, you won't need the belt. Watch. This is what it looks like. And in fact, this is what all of it will look like. All of this stuff that we're doing lying down on the ground. Let me just give you an example. Here's your first one. You're lying down on the ground with bent knees, fingers interlocked, right knee up, head up. Okay. And then you'll go 5 times, left leg straight with an inhale, left knee bent, straight, inhale, exhale, left knee bent. Make sure your neck is comfortable. You don't have to force yourself to touch the head to the knee, right? So if you want, rather than doing that, you can keep your neck slightly neutral and make sure it's comfortable all the time. Let's do this. Lying down on the ground, knees bent, fingers interlocked, right knee up, grab. Pull the knee, shoulders off, head to knee. And let's begin. Inhale, left leg straight. Exhale, bent. Inhale, straight. Exhale, bent. 3, straight. And bend. 4, straight. And bend. Release the right leg. Give your neck a bit of rest. Wait. And exactly the same on the left leg. Fingers interlocked, left knee up. Pull, shoulders off the ground, head to knee. And let's start. Inhale, right leg straight. Bend. Right leg. Bend. Inhale, straight. Bend. 4, straight. Bend. That's it. Release, head down. Relax. Almost the same thing, but with the help of a belt, you'll keep the right leg straight. So there we go. Starting with bent knees, right leg up. Use your belt, it'll help, it'll make things a lot easier. And now, just like before, left leg, inhale, straight, bend. Breathe in, straight. Breathe out, release. 3, straight, and bend. 4, and bend. And that's it. Change legs. Left leg up, right leg on the ground. Stay there for a few seconds. Make sure your shoulders are flat on the floor. And let's continue. Inhale, right leg straight. Exhale, bend. 2, bend. 3, bend. 4, bend. Release. Relax, let it go. Keep your belt aside for a moment. Soles of the feet touch, knees out to the side, arms wherever you like. Keep them comfortable. Now, this one's really simple. All you're doing is when you breathe out, you'll get the knees a little up, and when you breathe in, you'll get the thighs down towards the ground. When you get the thighs down towards the ground, do not force your lower back to come off. Try and keep it as steady as possible. Really easy over here and quite slow. Begin with an exhale, knees up just a bit. Inhale as far down as possible. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up. Inhale down. 4, up. Inhale down. Okay. Sit up for a moment so I can show you what's happening. Now, you probably guessed what's happening anyway, but let me just ask you to focus on a couple of things. You're going right leg out to the side and then left leg bent and straight, bent and straight. The thing is, with the left leg, all right, so the right leg is out to the side. With the left leg, keep it in line with the hip, which means it doesn't go there. And at the same time, don't let it roll outward. That's what you're focusing on. Lying down on the ground, both knees bent. With or without your belt, right leg up, grabbing only with one hand, only with the right hand, right leg out to the side, bending that elbow so you get some rest over here. Notice my elbows on the ground. And let's start. Inhale, left leg straight in front of you. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straight. Bend. 3. Bend. And 4. Bend. Release. You can come back to the center, get rid of the belt. And now we're changing sides. Starting with both knees bent. Left leg up. Grabbing only with the left hand. If you don't need a belt, that's great. Left leg out to the side, resting the elbow down there. And let's start. Right leg straight. Bend. Right leg straight. And bend. Right leg. Exhale, bend. 2 more. Right leg straight. Exhale, bend. That's it. Get the leg back up. Release the belt and keep it aside. Fine. I'll have to ask you to sit up again so you can see the next one. And this is a little different, so you'll need to watch what's happening. You're lying down on the ground, feet together, arms out to the side, not higher up, and definitely not higher up. In line with your shoulders or a little lower is okay as well. All right, so that's your hands, your arms, hips a little to the right, feet a little to the right, left leg straight on the ground, right knee bent this way. Now, we're breaking this up into 3 and 3. So the first 3 times you'll go down to the side and return, and down to the side and return. Now, that's the first 3. The next 3, down to the side, right leg straight, bend and return. To the side, straight, bend and return. Don't worry if it's not too perfect. We're moving quite a bit, so it's not going to be 100% in alignment here and there, but just be careful. Don't focus too much on trying to be too perfect over here. Lying down, knees bent, arms out to the side. Hips a little to the right, feet a little to the right, and left leg straight on the ground. Right knee bent about 90 degrees. Breathe in, and let's go. 1, twist to the left, return. 2, to the left, return. 3, to the left, return. Next 3, twist to the left and straighten that right leg as much as you can. Bend and return. To the left, right leg straight, bend and return. Last one, twist, straighten, bend, return. And that's it. Time to change legs. Lying down on your back. Starting with bent knees, arms out to the side. Hips a little to the left, feet a little to the left. Right leg straight this time. Left knee up, 90-degree bend. Breathe in. And let's start moving. Exhale, turn to the right. Come back. Turn to the right. Come back. Turn to the right. Return. Time to change it. Turn to the right. Straighten that left leg. Bend and return. Twist. Straighten. Bend. Return. Last one. Twist. Straighten. Bend and come back. That's it. Feet down to the ground. Get your hips in level. Wait for a second. Give your neck some rest. And the last of these ground series, turning around onto your belly with your forearms on the ground, easy cobra. Now, to make it a little more gentle for today, I'll ask you to move your elbows further forward so the bend in the back, the curve in the back is a lot less. Yeah, so elbows forward makes it easier. Now just watch me do the first one, and then we can all do it together. So here's what this looks like. 5 times again. Bend, bend, both straight and off the ground. There's no need to go too high off the ground. Even if you get your legs 1 inch off the floor, that's okay. But make sure your legs are absolutely straight. To make it easier, feet slightly apart. To make it harder, feet stuck together. All right? Feet together makes it quite strong, so be careful there. Feet slightly apart will work best. Let's start. Elbows a little more forward than usual. Let's begin. Bend, release. Other leg, bend, release. Both of them absolutely straight off the ground for a second and down. 3 more. Bend, straight, bend, straight, off and down. Bend, straight, bend, straight, off and down, bend, down, bend, straight, off, and relax. Last one, bend, straighten, bend, straighten. Off the ground a little longer than usual. And that's it. Feet down, head down, relax. Slow, come on up. Time to do a few surya-namaskars. Now we're doing the beginner variation. We're doing namaskar 1, that's all. 2 of each. Let's start. Come on up. Come to the front of your mat. Feet together, palms together. Release, let it go. Inhale, up and behind. Exhale, forward bend. Left leg not too far, knee touching the ground. Inhale, look slightly ahead. Breathing out, downward dog. Breathing in, cat pose, upward. Exhale, hunch. Inhale, neutral. Out, down dog. In, left foot forward. Out, forward bend. Inhale, up and back. Straighten, let it go. Continue up, down, right leg, down dog, cat pose up, exhale, hunch, inhale, neutral, out, down dog, right foot forward, forward bend, Uttanasana, inhale, up and back, straighten, release. Namaskar 1, feet together, palms together. Exhale, let them go. Inhale, up and back. Breathing out, forward bend down. Left leg all the way back, knee touch. Lift the back knee first and plank. To the ground, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Left all the way forward, right knee touch. Forward bend, folding over. And breathing in, up and back. Straighten, release. One more of that. Up. Forward and down. Right leg back, knee touch. Into the plank. Down to the mat. Cobra, chest up. Down dog, hips back. Right leg forward. Forward bend. Inhale, up and behind. Straighten, release. Down dog, hands down, push back, and feel free to shake about a little bit. And then knees down, sit in Vajrasana. Let your quadriceps stretch, relax, let your breath come back. Legs out in front of you, starting with a Dandasana. First, let's release. Yeah, just lean back, shake about a bit. Now, we're starting with a dandasana. Then we'll do a few very sort of simple forward bends and we'll do a dandasana again. And the idea is to make sure that you feel a slight increase, a slight sort of increment in the ease that you hold your dandasana in. So we're doing it first just to see what it's like, and then doing it again to see the benefit that you've given yourself. Straight legs, hands beside your hips, dandasana, absolutely poker stiff. Flat feet, feet together, chest open, shoulders away from your ears. Really push those shoulders down. Wonderful stuff. Relax. Simple cross legs, right leg in front. Seated absolutely straight. Inhale, arms up. Now you can turn your palms forward if you like. You can turn your palms in, whatever works for you. But make sure you're really reaching up. So you're not leaning forward, you're not slouching, and you're definitely not leaning back. There we go, just up. Hands on the ground. Breathe in and exhale. Walk your hands forward bit by bit and stop at any stage you prefer. You really don't have to touch the ground with your head. If you can, that's good, but you don't have to. Look up and slow. Start walking back. Change the cross. Left leg in front. Seated absolutely straight. Inhale, arms up. Right beside your ears, not forward like this. Straight up. Beautiful. Hands down. Wait. Breathe in. And remember, you're trying to go forward. You're not thinking of this as going down. You're going ahead. You're really reaching forward. Take your time. If you can, drop your head down. Look up nice and slow. Using your hands, push yourself up. Gently release your legs, legs out in front of you. Now, right leg straight, left knee bent, like you're doing a head to knee posture, but we're not really doing that. We're doing something slightly different. From here, that's about 90 degrees. Okay. Let's ask you to open it further. So, pushing the right leg further forward and pushing the left knee further back. So, it's no longer pointing there. Open up. So, we're not going sideways. We're not going forward either. You're going exactly where your hips are facing. So, in the middle of this angle, right? Hands on the ground, exactly in front of your hips. Don't go closer to the left. Don't go closer to the right. It's exactly in the center. Breathe in and really slow. Start going forward. Now, remember, this one's a little tricky for most people. So if you can't go all the way down, that's very understandable. Nice and gentle, look up, walk back with your hands, return to neutral, and change legs. So it's left leg straight, right knee out to the side, but then open up a little more than usual. Hands on the ground in line with your hips. Breathe in and exhale. Fold forward. Gentle, come on up. Legs neutral, in out in front of you. And let's finish this by measuring the Dandasana again. That's it, no more. Let's measure the Dandasana to see what sort of progress our back and our core has made. Legs out in front of you, hands down beside your hips. Dandasana. And this should feel so much easier. You've prepared your lower back, you've prepared your hammies, you've prepared everything. So, in fact, let's just add a little more to this. Arms up, absolutely vertical like a capital L. Now, if you're comfortable over here, I'll ask you to lift your heels off the ground. Do not lean back and get your legs off the ground. It's just the heels. No slouching. Reach for the ceiling. Go higher, higher with your fingertips. Keep breathing, of course. Heels off the ground. And release. Relax. Let it go. Lean back. Shake about. Time to close up. That's it. Two postures left to finish today's class. First one, using your block. Now, your choice. You can use a flat block, easier, or you can use a vertical block. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. You know this, but I'll say it anyway. If you have a firm block, you're going to keep your knees bent and get the block under the tail. And that's it, a shoulder bridge supported. Now, if you don't like this, or if you don't have a firm block, no problem. Keep it flat, but then straighten the legs out. In both cases, the focus is the upper back. Yeah, so you're really trying to sort of lift your chest up, push your sternum towards your chin, that sort of thing. Whichever one you choose, your focus is the upper back, not the lower back so much. Let's go. Down on the ground, lift up the hips, get the block in place, any way you prefer. And just stay there. Remember, if you have a flat block, it's straight legs. If you have a vertical block, it's bent knees. Knees bent. Lift up the hips, get rid of the block. Get your hips down on the ground. Wait here for a moment. And here's your final posture. It's a little active. Arms up, fingers pointing to the ceiling. Legs up, toes pointing to the ceiling. Now you're not moving forward or back with your hands and legs. Arms and legs stay absolutely parallel to each other. Breathe in And on the breathe out, lift your tail off the ground, lift your shoulders off the ground, and try and go up to the ceiling. Remember, you're not moving your limbs towards each other. Legs together. Find a comfortable position for your neck. It does not have to be too flexed. If you can, straight legs, feet together. And that's enough. Down. Straight legs, feet falling apart, arms comfortable, eyes shut. That's it. Close down.